Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV for the final race for the World of Thunder Esports League. It is time for the Warrior Logistics, the Pro Late Models here at the Eldora Speedway, round number 5 of 10. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Jerry Vanskill. And Jerry, it's good to have you back, buddy, as we get set for qualifying.
It's good. It's going to be a good Sunday night program here for you with the Pro Late Models here at the Eldora Speedway. As we're ready for it. I've been waiting all day on pins and needles for this one, Wheeler.
Yeah. All right, so we've got qualifying on the program right now, and again we'll bring you those times up on the left. Brendan Winks is the fastest qualifier so far, equal fast time with a 16.325, along with Jay Place on the racetrack right now in car number 37. That is Randall Carter, as Dylan Hauser goes quick time with a 16.234. And Jerry, we're about to start to see some of these drivers and the times chop and change positions.
We'll see that as we get deeper into the qualifying here. Like we said, Dylan Hauser on track right now. Looking at quick time so far with a 16.234. As we've still got about 45 seconds left in qualifying. As Ryan Underwood goes with a 16.179. He's new quick time. So Ryan Underwood right now going to be quick qualifier here at Eldora.
Well, he put a good lap time down. Zach McSwain second, quick with the 16.188. Richard Murtaugh Jr. driving the Rocket Racing setups caliber 33. 40th quick there on lap number 1 to 16.511. We'll see if he can better that lap time to see if he can jump, say, into the top 10 or even top 20. He goes 36th quick as the money man, Blake Mcgill for D1RT Racing. The winner from the Super Late Model main event, just happening a little over half an hour ago. He's on the racetrack looking for quick time here tonight.
We'll see what he's got in that 127 as he makes that first lap. As Blake Majulis on clock, taking a look, waiting for his 7th quick time right now. 16.262 for Blake Majulis, as Majulis on his 2nd lap, getting ready to make his way off of turn number 4. Will he better that 7th qualifying spot? And let's take a look. No, going to keep it right there with a 16.262. Evan C. on racetrack now on the 35 car. He goes first on the clock. See what he's got right now with the 16.264. But Ryan Underwood going to stay on top with quick time here tonight at Eldora.
Boy, what about the names here, the top 10? And for Ryan Underwood to go quick time by 9 1,000ths of a second, he goes quick time. He'll earn a pole position in tonight's opening heat race tonight. 6 heat races on the program. We'll take the top 3 straight through to the 40-lap main event, and everybody else will go through to the alphabet soups: a D main, a C main, and a B main. Zach McSwain, Dylan Hauser 2nd and 3rd, Nick Cooper 4th, Dylan Wilson in 5th, and John Ruggiero Jr. in 6th position. Those 6 drivers will earn a pole position. Speaking of pole positions, Ryan Underwood will start on pole, heat race number 1 for Team VLR, and the D1RT 127 of Blake Majulis, position 2.
Let's take a look at row number 2. It's going to be Alex Payne in the 34, and his outside, that's Randall Carter driving the 2-3.
Eric York in caliber 89 will start position 5 to his outside. Bob Klein from the Midwest at a position number 6, that's row 3.
The old Revolution Racing 195 of Preston Rigsby will roll off 7th on your starting grid inside of row number 4, and his outside driving the 57. That is Sam Mars.
Row number 5, the 93 of Winston Harvey will roll off out of position number 9, and Nick Baum will start position number 10. We can confirm Alex Hanna did not make the call here for heat number 1, so 10 cars. Jared, we had 60 cars signed into the pit area for tonight, and well, that's a full lobby here for the Warrior Logistics Pro Late Models at Eldora.
It's going to be a great one as we get ready to go racing here at Eldora, here on your Champions Night, as we get ready to go. See Pace Truck still out there. Wheeler is, this one, I mean, it's jam-packed. I mean, you got Majulis and Underwood up there on the front row. This one should be an epic heat race number 1. Top 3 cars. Top 3 cars will move directly to the A feature. We'll see a C, B, and then on into the A. We'll have a little bit of a soup race coming up later. But I do believe we're about ready to go green flag.
Yes, indeed we are. The Warrior Logistics Pro Late Models for the World of Thunder Esports League. Green flag off at turn number 4. Round number 5 is underway. Ryan Underwood, Blake Mcgill Lead us down into turn number 1 and 2. Underwood goes low into 1. Mcgill rides upstairs. Here he comes, the 127, trying to tag onto the back of the 46, but Underwood, so far, so good here on the opening lap, Jerry.
Underwood going to run it right down there. Majulis, and take a look here. Here comes Alex Payne. Payne to the bottom side, looking to the inside of Majulis, as now they go to the top side of turn 1 and 2 here at Eldora. Deeper in the field, the 195 machine of Preston Rigsby. That's a great 3-car battle back there as they work down 3 deep and selling cheap through turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, good battle going on. The running inside the top 5. Meanwhile, back up front, Payne trying to put the move on Blake Mcgill for position number 2. Mcgill has none of it. This time by 3 down and 5 to run. Underwood stays low through 3 and 4. Mini slaughter line coming out from Alex Payne as Blake Mcgill continues to work to the top side of the racetrack. 3 in the books and 5 to go.
Alex Payne right there working on the rear spoiler of this 127 of Majulis. Now we look to the inside of the White Castles coming early here as we get halfway home here in heat race number 1. Their numbers deep down the front straightaway. Into turn number 1 and 2. Payne back on the bottom side. Majulis on the outside as Ryan Underwood sees this behind him. He pulls away to a commanding lead.
Yeah, Alex Payne driving cut number 70, not giving up there on the bottom side of the racetrack. Being scored as a 34 next to his name, but cut number 70 on the side of that pro plate for the rental car of the 37 for Team Victory Lane Racing. Now on the outside looking in. If he finishes fourth, Jerry, he'll start on pole. The B of the only B main here tonight. And again, Alphabet Soup, a B, a C, and a D main. So still plenty of action to be run here at Eldora.
Laps winding down, working the final lap down the back straightaway. It is Underwood, your leader. Majulis, Payne, that's your top 3. Remember, 1, 2, and 3 go to the A. The rest are coming through the soup. They'll hustle on down. White's out, 1 to go.
Ryan Underwood, quick time tonight. Oh, makes a mistake in turn number 1 and 2, but gathers it back up very quickly. Majulis wasn't there to capitalise on any sort of mistake that had come out from the 46 machine. Turn 4 this time by check, and flag is out. Ryan Underwood, he will start on pole of tonight's main event. Blake Mcgill home in second. He'll earn 7th starting position. Alex Payne home in third. He'll start position number 13 in the main event. But again, 6 heat races on the program. Heat race number 1 is complete, and Ryan Underwood officially going to be credited with the heat win. Blake Mcgill second, Alex Payne third, Randall Carter fourth, Eric York your top 5, Mars, Bomb, Rigsby, Klein, and Harvey. The 10 cars there to contest heat race number 1. Heat number 2, let's take a look at how they line up here with your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. And the 25 of Zach McSwain on pole. He's outside the 35, Victory Lane Racing's Evan C, position 2.
Going to row number 2 to the left-hand side, it's Huey Quillen. In the 4 into the right-hand side of row number 2, it's Matthew Logan driving the 1.
Travis Creech in car 75 from Ohio will start position number 5 in the Speed Inc. $1 Million Motorsports car number 11. Dustin Sizemore, position number 6.
Going to row number 4 to be Richard Murtaugh Jr. in the 033 and Michael Blessing in the 53.
And the final 3 positions, Drake Troutman will start position number 90. He's outside. Zane Yost will start position number 10. And lining up at the back is going to be Adrian Sorn. In fact, Adrian Sorn and Zane Yost did not make the call for heat number 2. So take those 2 out of the 11 car field, and we've got 9 to contest heat number 2.
I think they're getting stuck in the love tunnel over in turn 3 and 4. I think they're having a hard time getting back and forth. That's why we haven't seen them.
I'm glad they're stuck over there and not getting caught by Jimmy, the security guard, who we've had many of run-ins down at Lernerville.
Yes, Jimmy. Jimmy takes his job pretty good. I did hear that Tony Stewart did look at bringing Jimmy here to Eldora, but he was a little nervous. He didn't want to have security that locked down.
All right, here we go. What's not going to be on lockdown is the 2 drivers on the front row. They might be locked down on the racetrack, but we'll see who will take victory in heat number 2. Who will start position number 2 in our 40-lap main event. The Warrior Logistics Pro Late Models second heat race of the night is underway. Huey Quillen got a good start on the inside of the second row. Go down into 1 and 2. Quillen will slide up in front of Evan C. Look at him, 2 and 3 wide out on 10 of a 2. Oh, look at Matthew Logan, the ML Performance 41. He got the worst end of that one, as now Richard Murtaugh Jr. up on the inside of Dustin Sizemore by race 4th and 5th, sorry.
They'll race back there for a better starting spot in a DC or B main later tonight as Zach McSwain, the 25, is gone on this one. Evan Seavey right back there, but there you see the 75 of Travis Creech and the outside, the 033 of Richard Murtaugh Jr. They'll work side by side down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Now as we focus back up front, the top 3 have come together. You've got McSwain, C, and Quillen. They'll work there in the tire tracks of each other down into turn number 3 and 4. They'll rock it on down. 3 down and 5 to go.
5 laps left to run here in the second heat race of the night. McSwain continues to lead Evan C. Evan C picked up a second place in the Mimi's Makings in Motion Super Late Model Main Event. Again, just a little over half an hour ago. Quillen now looking at the inside, but now Evan C all up on the inside of the left side hand of the 25 of Zach McSwain. You race off for 2 for the lead.
Down the back straightaway, it'll be numbers deep into turn number 3. McSwain going to shut the door on the 33. Or excuse me, the third, Seavey. Seavey back right there is a hustle on down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. It's still your race leader, McSwain. C working the number 2 spot. Now you see it. Huey Quinlan has faded back, but still holding into that number 3 spot. They'll work off of turn number 4 this time. Popsicle sticks in the air. There's 2 to go here at Eldora in heat race 2.
Zach McSwain looking to cap off a pretty good, solid qualifying effort. Was second quick and now looking for a heat race win here at the famed Eldora Speedway. They're right up on the outside wall. McSwain makes the mistake as they come to the white flag this time by Evan C. Now side by side for the lead. Oh, Jerry, it's going to be on with a slider.
White Castles are served here at Eldora, but now the crossover move is back as here comes C back to the inside. They'll work him on in. It'll be Zach McSwain off of turn number 4. Gonna do the crossover move and make her back to the number 1 spot. C and Quinlan, your 3 transfer cars.
What a race for 4th and 5th between Dustin Sizemore and Richard Murtaugh Jr. As checkered flag is out here in heat number 2. Zach McSwain unofficially gets the win, and I want to bring up those results for you. He will officially start out of position number 2 in the main event by .137 over Evan C. in second. Huey Quillen third again. Dustin Sizemore, Richard Murtaugh, Creech, Blessing, Logan, and Troutman. They're all going to a C, a D, a C, and a B. Heat race number 3. Let's take a look at your ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. And Dylan Hauser will start on pole in car number 2 to his outside. Brent Fair driving the 013 will start position 2.
Going to row number 2, it'll be Thomas Suttles in the 05 and Cody Slauson driving the 8 car. Those 2 drivers out of the Carolina League.
Oh, keeping the Carolina States going for row number 3. Devin Morgan for Victory Lane Racing driving the 112. He will start position 5. Cale Stryker will start position number 6.
Going to row number 4 to the inside, it's Chase Hardy in the 18, and the 45 is Hagen Swordson.
And your final row, Cody Rigsby, the 48, will start position number 9 to his outside. Brody Orovets will start position number 10. And we can confirm that all 10 starters have made the call. They're on the racetrack behind the racing.com pace track, and heats are rolling pretty quickly, Jerry.
Yes, they are. They always click off quick here at the virtual Eldora. Good to see everybody making this heat race. So we'll see what happens on up front, as it is Hauser and Fair, your front 2 cars. They'll work down the back straightaway. We should be looking at the green flag this time. All right,
Green flag about to come out for Dylan Hauser. In fact, you see the number 90 machine on that car. He normally runs the Slick Sim Sports number 2 entry, but no. Let's get on that car. Green flag is out. Heat race number 3. Suttles now moves into second, but here comes Brent Fair, the 013. Keep an eye on the 112 of Devin Morgan on the inside of the 8 of Cody Slauson. But your race for second and third is down to turn number 3 and 4. Suttles and Fair side by side. Give the Suttles at the line.
Suttles up on the outside, going to hold his own. Now gets into the Crete, a little bit of sparkler and snake action as here comes the 05 of Thomas Suttles. Now Fair back to the outside. They'll work side by side in the 112 of Devin Morgan. Going to take a look on the bottom. He right now sitting 1 spot out of a transfer, looking problems down into turn number 1 and 2. We've got 2 and 3 together. Tough break as they made contact coming down to the starter stand, and they go out into a D main on this one. But Chase Hardy, man, I tell you what, he was the lucky dog in this one. He's now up into the 3rd and final transfer spot.
Yeah, started position 7 in the Newton Cattle Farms number 49 machine. He's now up to position 3, but look at Cody Slauson. Doesn't want to give the spot up. He's trying to fight back into a transfer position. He wants to make the main event from the heat race rather than having to run a B main where things could get a little ugly. But right now, four in the books and 4 to run for Hauser. Morgan, you're watching Hardy and Slauson on screen, and Hardy makes a massive mistake on the back straightaway, and that gives the 3rd spot to Cody Slauson.
You saw it. Hardy got into the concrete, but now he's going to try to race his way back in. Going to pull the slider off of 2. Can he hold it? Slauson back to the inside. Slauson's going to cross it over and run it down into turn number 3 and 4. He will make that thing wide and let her go to the high side. Off of turn number 4, like we said, battle right now is for the number 3 spot. Leaders have checked out. The transfer is still up for grabs as they work down the back straightaway. They're side by side to turn 3.
Great racing down into turn number 3 and 4 here at the Eldora Speedway. The World of Thunder Esports League presents the Warrior Logistics Prime Late Model. White flag is out in heat number 3, Morgan. In second, Hauser, your race leader, Hardy, with a slider on Slauson again into turn number 1 and 2. Check and flag coming out. There's look at Devin Morgan trying to throw the big move on Dylan Hauser, but Hauser wins. Second will go to Morgan, and I think Cody Slauson by half a car length is just going to hold on to position 3. Therefore, Chase Hardy, well, he's going to be sent to a B main. And Chase Hardy's still got a bit of work to do if he wants to make the 40-lap main event feature later on tonight.
Wow, that thing got awesome for that 3rd and final spot. And see him over there. They're celebratory crashing each other down there saying, hey, good job. You got me to the A. But, man, slide jobs and everything in that one. And let's take a look at your finishing order.
All right, heat race number 3, Dylan Hauser, the winner. Half a second over Devin Morgan. Cody Slauson gets it by math on the fly, 14-17, 31 thousandths of a second over Chase Hardy. That's what a half a car length is, ladies and gentlemen. Hagen Sorensen, who has been a World of Thunder Esports Pro Late Model champion, comes home in 5th. Striker Rigsby, Orovets, Fair, and Suttles. Fair Suttles, they were having a battle for 3rd and 4th when they got together, and they both finished back on pit road. Heat race number 4, let's take a look at the starting grid. Nick Cooper for D1RT Racing, the 35. He starts on pole on the outside of the front row. Position 2, that is car 2 of Jesse Wall.
The even number row number 2, that is Dylan Yeager in the 17 out of New York, and from Pennsylvania, it's Tom Dawson in the 7.
Raymond Berner will start position number 5 on his outside. The Slam Sim Sports number 11 of Ashton Briggs, position number 6, that's row 3.
We'll take a look at row 4. It's Cade Loudy in the 126 and Mark Schnellis in the 39.
Schnickles, I think we're going to go with. He was as that, yep, almost like a schnitzel. Anyhow, Dalton DeRosa, the 097, will start position number 9, and the Krebs Family Racing, number 68. Bo Krebs will start position number 10. Again, all 10 cars making the call here for heat race number 4. We move into the second half of the heat races, and I tell you what, Jerry, we've seen some pretty good heat races so far. No doubt we're certainly going to see some more.
Yes, but now I'm hungry. You've talked about schnitzel, so I've got my appetite ready. Speaking of ready, the appetite is ready for heat race number 4. Pace truck rolls to the infield, and we'll go green flag down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be Nick Cooper with the hole shot. Dylan Yeager. Now you see Jesse Wall working into the number 3 spot. Watch that 2 machine as Yeager with the 17 on the scorecard, 48 on the wrap, working him off of turn number 4 where it's Nick Cooper, leader at lap number 1.
Yeah, Dylan Yeager has been the driver that has really been impressive over the last 3 months, and we're seeing quite a lot of him here on Ultimate Dirt to be driving the number 48, the Rocket Racing Setups entry, the Milner Media and Designs entry, as he tries to run down the D1RT 35 of Nick Cooper. And these guys are a couple of fast cats. They go side by side into 1 and 2. Cooper on the top side, Yeager on the low side. Cooper's going to have the momentum down the back straightaway. He's got it by 3/4 of a car length down into 3 and 4. No doubt we're probably going to expect the slider here from Dylan Yeager down into 1 and 2. We'll see what happens. They race off the 4th. Cooper still holds on to the lead.
Cooper up there at the lead, but it's on like Donkey Kong right on up front. Here comes the 17 of Dylan Yeager down to the bottom side. Yeager, that 48 car, working downstairs. Now you see it. Slide job to the top. Grab the cushion. Crossover move by Cooper. Cooper timed that one perfect. Now he's going to go with the slide. Not going to happen, though. The moisture coming in. The bottom of the racetrack is there. He is able to make that thing with a ton of forward drive down into turn number 3 and 4. This time we're going to be looking at just a handful to go.
3 laps left to run here in heat race number 4. What a way to start the second half of the heat races here at the Eldora Speedway. Cooper back on the inside on Jaeger. Jaeger to the top shelf in turn number 3. Cooper will slide to the cushion, but here comes Jaeger. The battle on between Dawson and Wall is also happening right behind him for third and fourth for the final transfer spot. But how do you take your eyes off this battle on screen? A lap and a half to go. Cooper v Jaeger, and Cooper's going to slam the door down into turn number 3. White flag is out, Jerry.
You know you've got to protect it. You got to protect that slider because you know that's the only way it's going to happen. And here we go. Down to the inside is Jaeger. Jaeger going to grab that moisture down to the bottom side. But so quick on the top is Nick Cooper. Cooper will cross it over, bring it down to the bottom. Checkered flag is waving this time. Nick Cooper going to hold him off and hold him at bay for the win. Dylan Jaeger and Jesse Wall, your top 3 transfers.
Wow. What a race, heat race number 4. And look, I got to say, what we've seen all season long here with the Warrior Logistics Pro late models, man, these heats, they have really been entertaining. Let's hopefully we get to see the same sort of action in the main event. Nick Cooper, your winner by half a second over Dylan Jaeger, man. Those two guys put on a show. We're kind of sort of catching the back end of the Jesse Wall and Tom Dawson battle for third and fourth. Jesse Wall gets third, Tom Dawson fifth. Loudy, Schnickels, Burner, DeRosa, Krebs, and Briggs, 9 seconds separating first through to position number 10. Heat race number 5, our penultimate heat of the night, is Dylan Wilson for D1RT Racing. He starts on pole to his outside, driving car number 23. That's the Newton Cattle Farms entry. That's Ethan Toda.
Taking a look at the Mid-South Dirt Slingers. That's Brandon Weeks representing them in the double deuce into his outside. That will be from New York. It's Brandon Mcdonald in the 3-0.
Had a microphone earlier on in the night. He had twice we heard him here on Ultimate Dirt to beat the Goon Squad Racing. 46 of Alex Robinson will start position number 5, and Colin Bokus in the 47, position 6.
Going to row number 4, it will be Mason Lobb in the Slam Sim Sports number 28, and don't count out the 29, the old privateer out of Indiana, Richie Yost.
Peter Ganatis, the 00, will start position number 9, and Dylan Gibbs lines up out of position number 10 in car number 6. And you might remember the name, Richie Yost from the Modifieds of the Shapers Oil Modified Series. He's starting at the back, starting in the outside of the 4th row, so he's got a lot of work to do. We'll see how he can fare, but keep an eye on the 2 guys up front. Green flag is out. Our penultimate heat race of the night is underway as Dylan Wilson stays on the low side down into 1 and 2. Toda works the top as Brennan Weeks down in the 22, so it's a battle of the black and yellow machines down into turn number 3.
They'll work their way off at turn number 4 this time to lap number 1. It is Wilson on out front. Teeter back there, the number 2 spot. Weeks is third. They'll work down into turn number 1 and 2. Look at this. You have got a gaggle of them all stacked up for 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Down into turn number 3 and 4. That 22, that 16 machine actually scored is Teeter. Weeks down there in the 22. So the 23 is the 16, and the 22 is the 22. Not to confuse us as they hustle off a 2 and down the back straight away.
Yeah, Ethan Taylor driving the Newton Cattle Farms HRE Motorsports, the Team Friday entry on the top side, trying to run down Dylan Wilson. But then you go back to take a look at Brennan Weeks running in 3rd position. Battle on is Colin Bokus driving the 39 to the top shelf in turn number 1 and 2. Richie Yost working the low side. Again, Yost, we've seen him on Thursday night with the Schaefer's Oil Modified Madness Series. Grabbed a 3rd place finish just last Thursday, and now looking to continue the good run of form here in the Pro Late Models.
Richie Yost looking to the bottom side. There's a little crossover move by the 39 machine down the back straightaway. Look at that. They'll get 3 wide, and they will make some contact. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Weeks there in the 22 has got company. He's the meat in the sandwich as they work him on down. Bogus now in the 47, which I believe is the 39 car. On the screen up there to the number 3 spot. Now Richie Yost applying the pressure to the inside of Brennan Weeks as they make their way down in front of the grandstands.
To the run for your race leader, Dylan Wilson down to the low side. Toda in 2nd. Bokus in 3rd. Yost to the top of the racetrack driving the pink and black number 29 machine. Just in front of him is Brennan Weeks driving car number 22, but they'll come to the white flag. This done by your race leader. Half a circuit or half a mile to go. 4 more turns, making 2 more turns down the back straightaway. Wilson continues to lead from Ethan Toda.
Dylan Wilson looking to become your 5th and final heat race winner, and he will do so. Checkered flag is waving. It is out. It'll be Dylan Wilson, Ethan Teeter, and Colin Bacchus. Your top three.
Yeah, great racing from Wilson, Toda, and Bocas. Brendan Weeks and Richie Yost put on a great show. We'll get into heat race number 6 here in just a moment. But again, heat number 5, Wilson, Toda, and Bocas, the top 3 to the main event. Weeks, Yost, McDonald's, Gibbs, Robinson, Ganardis, and Lobb. 10 cars to contest heat number 5. Your final heat race of the night. Let's take a look at how they line up here with your starting grid. John Ruggiero Jr. for D1RT in car number 44 starts on pole. He's outside the 88 of Trent Ivy, position 2.
Row number 2, we'll see Jay Place in the 62, and the outside is the 0 double deuce. That's JD Sassy.
Row number 3 will be Donnie Fair in car number 60, position 5. He's outside the 99 from Ohio. Seth Cheney, position number 6.
Row number 4 to position 7 and 8. It'll be Nathan Culpepper in the 5 car and Eric Skolf in the 26 in the $1 Million Motorsports machine.
And your 5th and final row, heat race number 6, Austin Hunter in car 56 will start position number 9, and Mike Augustine in the 72 will line up out of position number 10. And again, I think we had 58 cars take to the racetrack, 58 or 59 cars take to the racetrack over the 6 heat races, and looking forward to the 6th and final heat race coming up.
It is on the racetrack, and we are set to bring our final 3 transfer cars into tonight's 40-lap A main here at Eldora. It is Ruggiero Jr. and Ivy up on the point. Starter will keep an eye on him into turn number 3 and 4. The pace begins to quicken. 6th and final heat race is coming right now to the green flag, and we will race down in front of the pack grandstands here at Eldora. And it's going to be Ruggiero with the race lead. He'll go right to the bottom of the racetrack. They'll hustle off of turn 2, down the back straightaway, and watch Ivy as he sees Jay Place come around the inside.
And Jay Place trying to work the low side of the racetrack down into turn number 3 and 4. Lap number 1 goes to John Ruggiero Jr. Trent Ivy in second. He'll make his way to the top side. Keep an eye on JD Sassy in the 22 machine. That's the blue, pink, and white entry. But you're watching Place on screen at the moment in 3rd position. And at this stage, in the early opening couple of laps, he holds on to the final transfer position.
Jay Place, the one they're all chasing. They know they've got to be 3 or better, and there you see it. Sassy back on the inside in the 022, working down to the bottom side. He is looking to find some action, traction to get some forward drive in that double deuce machine. Now behind him, they'll fan him out 4 wide. Look at this. Oh, doctor. It's not for the A, it's not for the B, it's for a C and D. Better starting spot down the back, straightaway Donnie Fair, the 60 car, holding back that 5 of Culpepper. Culpepper down to the inside. Look at this big swing as they make their way down the front straightaway.
Boy, that was tight down through turn number 3 and 4 on both occasions. Now Donnie Fair to the outside of Austin Hunter. Hunter in the 6 machine. Here he comes back to the inside again, 5th and 6th, racing side by side for position. Ruggiero Jr. out in front from Ivy and Jay Place. And JD says he can do nothing but watch the top 3 as those drivers drive away from Sassy. But now again, Donnie Fair and Austin Hunter. Man, what a great race for the mid-pack here in heat race number 6.
It is Fair and Hunter with the white flag waving this time as they motor down the front straightaway. Like we said, they're wanting to get up there as they hurry down the back straightaway. It is still Ruggiero, your race leader, working off of turn number 4. This time, the white flag is out, and there's 1 to go.
And John Ruggiero Jr. in the D1RT number 44 machine again. He's another one of these D1RT drivers that have just come on in leaps and bounds into 3 and 4. Final time, he'll go to the top shelf. Checkered flag is out. Heat number 6 is complete, and we've only seen. Did we see a yellow in the 6 heats?
Nope.
I don't think we did. Wow.
No, I don't think they threw one. We saw a rollover, but we didn't see any red or yellow. They just said, power on. They went that road course racing, you know.
We don't do road course racing. We're anyhow.
They just hold the yellow out there and say it's like a corner yellow. Just race around them. They wrecked.
Heat race number 6, John Ruggiero Jr. The 44 gets the win by a second over Trent Ivy in second. Trent Place in third. JD Sassy in fourth. Austin Hunter rounds out the top 5. Nathan Culpepper, Donnie Fair, Mike Augustine, Seth Cheney, the 9 cars. And unfortunately for Eric Skolf in the $1 Million Motorsports entry, he finishes 8 laps down. In fact, didn't even get to get a lap in, but Here we go, your D main. Let's take a look at how they line up here with Dalton DeRosa, the 097, starting on pole. To his outside, it is Alex Robinson, position number 2.
Row number 2 to the inside, it's Mike Augustine in the 72 and Bob Klein driving the 41.
And we go back to row number 3. That'll be Drake Troutman, starting position 5. To his outside, the 013 of Brent Fair, position 6.
We go on to row starters number 7 and 8 inside for row number 4. Driving the Krebs Family Racing 68, it's Bo Krebs, and it will be Peter Gontas in the 00 starting 8th.
Seth Cheney will line up at a position number 9, and position 10 is going to be Winston Harvey.
And it'll be Zane Yost in the 3 car, starting 11th, and back there all by himself in the 12th starting spot, Thomas Suttles in the 05.
I'll just quickly go through these final 5 positions because we've got a whole list of cars that didn't make it. Briggs, Lobb, Scalf, Hanna, and Sawn. We can confirm that there is only 10 cars in this one. 4 laps, it'll be 10 laps to distance, and the top 4 will go to the C main. Again, the top 10 on the left-hand side of your screen, so Zane Yost, Ganadas, Briggs, Lobb, Scalf, Hanna, and Sawn. Well, their nights are done for. 10 cars on the racetrack. Here we go. D-Main, Alphabet Soup. Who is going to have the chocolates and who's going to have the chance to potentially run the Alphabet Soup?
They worked their way off of 2, now the back straightaway. Dalton DeZario working the top spot. It's side by side Augustine and Robinson. Robinson in the 42, Augustine the 72 down the bottom side. Like we said, top 4 is where you got to be. They're going to be 3 wide getting down into turn number 1 and 2. Look at that big power move by the 72 of Mike Augustine. Big trouble coming off of turn 2. You've got him stacked up and cracked up down the back straightaway.
Oh boy, I think we might see our first yellow of the night. There it is. And man, that was 3, nearly 4 wide there for their first 4 positions. Let's take a look at how all this unfolded here on your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. I believe it started with Brent Fair in the 013 machine. Just gets into the side there of the 42. Klein goes around to the inside. We have, there's Brent Fair again, and it was just all chaos ensuing after that one. But again, you got these drivers that are fighting to get into the C main, and even if they survive the D main, they've only got an extra 2 laps of 12 lap C main to come through the back of the field and come through a similar sort of field. So man, you know, these guys they're going to be up on the wheel very, very early on in this D main.
Exactly. You saw the 42 of Robinson just gonna peek a look up under the skirt as he had to check up and back that thing down, and apparently, you know, everybody's elbows up trying to get into a transfer spot. So there is no given and taken in a D main, because if you're not 4th or better, you are, of course, are going to go to the infield and just, well, sit in the server and watch this one. So Dalton DeRocio, your race leader, Troutman, Augustine, and now Cheney, your top 4 transfer cars. Wheeler, of course, the 11th on back. They were, I think they were fresh out of Vegemite. They did not get a sandwich today, so they had to kind of go see what was available at the concession stand.
Yeah. You just make sure you take your ticket, or make sure you got your pass to get back in, because otherwise, Jimmy the security guard, he doesn't take no crap, doesn't take no prisoners from anybody. Green flag set to fly here off turn number 4. Dalton DeRosa, the 097 on the inside. Drake Troutman in the 7 machine on the outside. Green flag is back out halfway home. Cross flag sticks. We go back underway in tonight's D main.
They'll work down the back straightaway. Keep an eye on it. Troutman's got a big run on the outside of DeRocio. There's DeRocio down there on the bottom side, working it side by side. DeRosa still working, trying to get the lead. DeRosa back to the number 1 spot. You'll see it. Troutman back to the outside. And now, where did Seth Cheney come from? Cheney from deep in the field has got himself in a transfer.
Position number 9 now. Look at him go 3 wide up for turn number 4. The 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. The 72 of Augustine up on the inside. And now here comes Bo Krebs working the middle. But now Cheney back to 2nd on the inside of DeRosa. DeRosa into the wall, and he may just lose the transfer position. He's back to 4th. There's Bo Krebs now just on the outside looking in your race off the turn 4. 2 to 1 for your race leader of Troutman.
I tell you what, right now, Krebs back there, kind of like the werewolf in London, just licking his chops, working himself on in. looking for some beef chow mein on the bottom side, but to the outside, it's DeRosa working it there. He's trying to stay in. The white flag is out, Wheeler. We've got 1 to go, and if you're 5 on back, you ain't going again.
No, oh, Crab's up on the inside, the road, they come together. Saddles is going to come through. Oh, boy, it all happened there on the final time. Checking flag is out. Trapman will win second. We'll go to Seth Cheney. Mike Augustine home in third, and Thomas Saddles, well, he was about 6 down the back straight away, and he will grab the fourth and final transfer position. Man, oh man, oh man. What a show that was. That was a fantastic D-main. And it's only going to get better because we got a C coming up next.
C-main coming up. Like we said, Drake Choutman, Seth Cheney, Mike Augustine, and Thomas Suttles all have to hurry up and change some setups as they will tag the back half of the C-main. And, well, let's look at the starting lineup there, Wheeler.
Carl Stryker will start on pole. He's outside. Mark Schnickels will start position number 2.
We will be Brandon Mcdonald, the 30 car out of New York. And for the Mid-South League, that will be Nathan Culpepper in the 5.
Nick Palm will start position 5 to his outside. Row number 3, that's Michael Blessing, position 6.
It'll be Cody Rigsby in the 48 car and Raymond Berna in the 51.
Dylan Gibbs in car 6 will start position number 9. And Donnie Fair driving car 60, position 10. That's row 5.
Going to row number 6, it's Preston Rigsby in the 195, driving the Rev Addiction Racing Machine, and Matthew Logan in the 1 car, rolling off in the 12 spot.
Brody Orovitz will start position number 13. Then you go back to your D-main winner, Drake Troutman, car 7 will start position number 14.
Going 15th and 16th will be Seth Cheney out of the D. Mike Augustine in the 72, and Thomas Suttles going to round off shotgun on the field. Those are your stars. Those are your cars for your B-main.
C-main, because now we got 17 cars, and again, only the top 4 are going to go through. And if you're Drake Troutman, Seth Cheney, Mike Augustine, Thomas Saddles, it's time to saddle up Cowboy because they need to get up on the wheel very, very quickly. 12 laps on the board. Green flag is out. The Warrior Logistics Pro Late Models C-main.
They'll work them on down. It's going to be side by side. It'll be Cale Stryker. Stryker down to the bottom side. You see the racetrack going right down there to the inside. They'll go 3 wide down the back straightaway. Watch the one of Matthew Logan. Logan going to work it on in there. They get 3 wide off of turn number 4, but caution out on the racetrack.
Let's take a look, see how this unfolded here. I'm just trying to... I want to say it may be Dylan Gibbs here. If it's not Dylan Gibbs, see here. Man, what a way to open up the C-main. Oh boy, oh jeez.
Ooh, that's a bad rack.
Donnie Fair involved in that one as well. Tell you what.
Well, good news from back there. Fire and safety talking to the drivers, Wheeler. They're fine. They're not happy, but they're fine.
Yeah, you want to see how close it? Not that one. I don't like that shot. Here we go. Ready? This is on board with Donnie Fair. Again, he just so to see him minding his own business. All of a sudden, he got hit from the left-hand side. It just shot his car up into the outside wall, and unfortunately, that's going to do a lot of damage to that machine. And I don't think that he'll be any way competitive here in this C-main.
We will see, though. Competitive up front is Nick Baum in the 61. Brandon McDonald, the 30, the 52 of Cale Stryker. And now it'll be Mighty Mark back there in the 39 car hanging on to that 4th and final transfer spot, Brett. But there's a lot of racing left to go in this one.
Well, absolutely. I mean, don't count the top 4 just yet because, as we know, pro late or any kind of racing, things can happen very, very quickly. Things are certainly going to change up throughout the course of the next 8 laps. 8 laps on the board left here on this restart. Nick Baum and Brandon McDonald will bring us back to the green flag. A horrible start there from Brandon McDonald on the outside of the front row, and everybody had to stack back up, and boy, that's going to allow. Look at Seth Cheney now. Look at Michael Blessing in the 1 machine. Excuse me. Now he's working to the inside, looking for position number 3. Oh boy, look out there, 3 and 4 deep. Oh, look out, we got some contact in the turn number 3 and 4.
I tell you what, like a Journey song, there was more love and touch and squeezing in turn 3 and 4 than anybody was working for. as we go to the caution flag, yellow flag back out as that turned into a county fair high-speed demolition derby down there in turn 3 and 4, and we'll take a look at the replay. See, it kind of starts back here as everybody starts racing for position. The 18 car gets the concrete getting into turn number 3. When that does, it upsets the race car, Brett. And, well, from there, it's like, hang on, watch this. Ooh. And hard shot to the outside wall, and everybody else nowhere to go.
And here I was thinking Tony Stewart put the Dodgem cars away, but turns out the virtual Dodgem cars are on the racetrack. And you know what? You can't really look too much into it because these drivers, you got to think about it, Jerry. They're fighting to get inside the top 4. If they don't get inside the top 4, well, they might as well just kick their chances of any sort of racing in the main event.
Yeah, they're going to head back to the concession stand or home, or log out and go to the fridge and call their night done if they do not make it in. So this is these next 2 races are going to be elbows up and on it like blue bonnet, because you're going to want to get in to the A. You've got to get to the into the 4, and we're watching our cars. Mike Augustine in the 72 right now. Seth Cheney in the 6th spot. Cheney right now looking, he could possibly go to the soup buffet and see if he's got anything for him. So we'll watch that. It's a 99 car sitting 1 out of a transfer out of the D main into the C main.
Well, looking at drivers that have really made some noise as far as passing cars. Brody over Orovets in the 91 inside 2nd row from 13th up to 3rd. Matthew Logan from 12th to 4th. Seth Cheney from 15th to 5th, and Mike Augustine from 16th up to 7th. So there's still a whole lot of racing to come. In fact, there's only going to be 3 laps. I mean, there's still plenty of time for these drivers. Keep an eye on Matthew Logan. That's the blue, the green and black entry. The 41 for D1RT Racing now up on the inside of Brandon Mcdonald and Logan. He's got it into the show at the moment. They're 3 wide behind him. Oh boy, look out, we are on.
Here we go down to turn number 1 and 2. Anybody's up for grabs for that number 4 spot right now. Brandon McDonald has got it. Now Orovitz back to the number 4 spot. They'll work down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes the 99 and Seth Cheney. Cheney going to work to the top side. Is there anything on the top of the racetrack? White flag is out. Down into turn 1 and 2. Battle on for the 4th and final transfer. Here comes Cheney in the 99. Down the back straightaway, though, it's going to be Nick Baum working that number 2 car to the lead. Logan on the outside. They'll bring him on down the front straightaway. Checkers out. Baum, Logan, McDonald, Orovitz, your top 4, and Seth Cheney and Mike Augustine coming from the D. Just going to be 1 and 2 spots out of a transfer, though. Their nights are done.
Well, even Thomas Suttles went up from 17th to 17th to 10th as well, so he picked up an advanced 7 positions as well. But boy, again, a chaotic C main, and we're not done with the elimination races just yet. Top 4, Baum, Logan, as we bring up those results for you on your screen. Baum, your winner. Logan in 2nd, McDonald 3rd, and Orovitz home in 4th. They have still got a B main to run, which is going to be contested over 14 laps. And just like we've seen in the D and the C, we're only going to take the top 4 to our 40-lap main event. Starting on pole in car 37, that'll be Randall Carter. He's outside the speeding $1 Million Motorsports, number 11 of Dustin Sizemore.
Chase Hardy in the 18 sits row number 2 to the inside. To his outside from Pennsylvania, the 7 is Tom Dawson.
Row number 3, the Mid-South Dirt Slingers 22 of Brennan Weeks will start position 5. He's outside driving the 022. That's JD Sassy, position 6.
Position 7th and 8th inside of row number 4. It'll be Eric York in the 89. And the Eric's outside, it will be Richard Murtaugh Jr. in the 033.
Row number 5 inside, position number 9 in car 45 for Sorensen Racing. It's Hagen Sorensen. He's outside the 126. Cade Loudy, position 10.
Going into row number 6, it'll be Richie Yost in the 29. And Austin Hunter in the 56.
Row 7 inside, position 13 will be Sam Master. He's outside. Travis Creech, position number 14.
Taking a look at your transfer cars, Nick Baum going to sit 15th in the 61, and Matthew Logan in the 1 to the outside.
And your 9th and final row, Brandon McDonald will start position number 17 to his outside. Brody Orovitz in the 91 at a position number 18. And well, Jerry, if you thought the C main and the D main was going to be elbows up, again, same sort of racing what we've seen. Top 4 going to go through to the back of the main event to make it a 22-car field for round number 5 of the World of Thunder Esports League for the Warrior Logistics Pro late models.
This right now is if these guys are racing for an A-Main transfer in the World 100 or the Dream or any big late model show here at Eldora that they race outside. But we're here at Virtual, and we're going to see it. It's just as big time racing for these guys. Who's going to be in the top 4? Look at this, already 3 wide, 2 rows, 3 deep down the back straightaway. That 49 machine working his way on up through. You will see it, Sizemore working down there as they come together. The 33 hustles it on down there. Birdwalk working into turn number 3, or 1 and 2. Still 3 wide racing.
Yeah, Sizemore on the top side of the racetrack. Chase Arty, the Newton Cattle Farms 49 through the middle, 3 wide. And Richard Murtaugh Jr. for Rocket Racing, set up from the MND Nation, the middle of the Minion Designs entry. Now Hardy falls back to 4th position as he works the bottom side, right in behind Richard Murtaugh Jr. Sizemore continues to keep that Speed Inc. $1 Million Motorsports entry glued to the top of the racetrack into turn number 3 and 4. 3 down, 11 to run. And again, Jerry top 4, but now they're going to stay having the battle on for about the 5th, 6th, and 7th position. They're 3 wide down into turns 1 and 2.
They'll race him on back to the 022 of J.D. Hassey. Right ahead of him, the 56 of Austin Hunter. Now Hunter 1 out looking in as Chase Hardy in the 18 car is your 4th and final transfer. They are going to be under attack if they don't watch out. Leader Randall Carter is gone on this one. Murtaugh, Sizemore, and Hardy. Hardy's got company. Look at this. There's a party. Hardy's got it. Nobody wants to not go to that party as they'll work off a turn number 4 down the front straightaway as we are still early in this B-Main transfer.
Now 5 in the books with still 9 to go. Sizemore now under pressure here from Austin Hunter. Austin Hunter in the number 6 machine will put our peak to the inside. Hunter nearly gets into the left rear quarter panel of Chase Hardy, driving the Newton Cattle Farms number 49 machine. Been scored as the 18 on the timing and scoring. And now look at Cade Loudy, the 126 Tustin Sizemore. You've got company down the back stretch into 3.
Sizemore, if he doesn't look out, he's going to get himself out of a transfer as here comes Loudy. Loudy going to work up on the outside. They'll hurry down into turn number 1 and 2 with now a 3-car battle for that 4th and final transfer spot. Down the back straightaway, the 126 of Loudy holding off Hunter in the 56 and the 011 machine of Sizemore. Sizemore sizes it back up. They'll come 3 wide down the front straightaway for that 4th and final transfer spot. Oh, they get together off the bottom of the racetrack. That opens the door. The 22 of Brendan Weeks now in competition. And look at this. Here comes Hagen Sorensen. And we're big time wrecked down the back straightaway.
Yeah, that was Sam Mars and Dustin Sizemore coming together. Now look at Brendan Weeks. He now goes to the inside on the 126 of Cade Loudy. Loudy continues to rip the lip on the top side of the racetrack. 4 to go for your race leader. Randall Carter out in front. Richard Murtaugh holding on to 2nd. Chase Hardy in 3rd. And again, right on the bubble is the 126 of Cade Loudy. But Brendan Weeks, here he comes to the top side. He's got 4 to go.
Brandon Weeks on the button, and that double D's trying to make something happen. Weeks knows he's got to get around Cade Loudy. Loudy knows he's got to keep him at bay. If you want to race the A-Main, this is where it is. That battle for 4th. We'll keep our eyes on it. Down into turn number 1 and 2, it's still Loudy on out front by about 2 car lengths, but look at this. The 22 of the big run on that big run got snatched away as he went sparklers and snakes down the back straightaway. Now he knows into 3 and 4 or down to 1 and 2. The only shot he's got is for Loudy to mess up or throw the slide job.
Yeah, I get the feeling that if Brendan Weeks can just get 1 and 2 right, we might even just see a big time Hail Mary play down into turn number 3 and 4. Meanwhile, into turns 1 and 2, your race leader, Randall Carter. He's got a couple of lap cars between himself and Richard Murtaugh Jr. The backstretch final time going to the main event will be your B-Main winner, Randall Carter for Victory Lane Racing. 2nd across the line is not the 70s, a lap car. Richard Murtaugh home in 3rd, Chase Hardy 4th, and Cade Loudy in the 126 holds off the fast finishing Brendan Weeks, who comes home in position number 5. And my, oh my, Jerry, the B-Main, just the 1 caution. Was that 1 caution, that one, or was that the C-Main I was thinking of?
That was the C we had the caution, and this one went green to checkered.
Green to checker in a race that was filled with 2 and 3 and 4 wide action. Let's take a look at those official results for your 4 official drivers that will make the show. Here tonight, Randall Carter gets the win by nearly 3 seconds over Richard Murtaugh Jr. Chase Hardy in third, and fourth will go to Cade Lowdy. Everybody else fifth on back. All a bit of bragging rights for Brennan Weeks, who beat the likes of Hagen Sorensen, Hunter, McDonald, Sassy, and Sizemore. Rounded out the top 10, Logan, Yost, Preach, York, Baum, Dawson, Mars, and Orovitz. There, the 18 cars. While we've got the warm-up session, we'll take this opportunity right now to step aside here on Ultimate Deathly very, very quickly and come back right after this ad break with the main event. Alright, we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV for the coverage for the World of Thunder Esports League. It is now time for your 40-lap main event. It's the Warrior Logistics Pro Late Models. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Jerry Vansigal, as we're going to take a look here in just a few moments' time. A look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. And tell you what, let's go from the back to the front. Position number 22 will be driving the 126 of Cade Lowdy. On his inside, driving car 49, is scored as the 18. Position 21, that'll be Chase Hardy.
Going to the next row to the outside, it'll be Richard Martor Jr. in the 033 and rolling off 19th tonight, driving the 23. That is Randall Carter.
Your 9th row on the outside, in car number 16, that'll be Jay Place. Position number 18 to his inside, Colin Bocus in position number 17.
Starts on the right side of row number 8, driving the 2. That is Jesse Wall into his inside. Driving the 8 car, it's Cody Slauson.
Row number 7 on the outside, in car number 4. That's Huey Quill in position number 14. On his inside, in car number 70, position number 13. That is Alex Payne.
Moving into our top 6 rows, starting 12th, it will be Trent Ivey in the 88 and Ethan Toner in the 16, starting 11th in the Newton Cattle Farms racing entry.
Dylan Yeager will start position number 10 to his inside, the 112 of Devin Morgan.
Going to row number 4, it is Evan C. in the 33, driving the Victory Lane racing machine. And out of the great state of New York, it is the 127 of Blake Majulis.
John Ruggiero Jr., the 44, will start position 6. And Dylan Wilson, car number 80 for D1RT, starts position 5.
Going to row number 2 on the outside. From New York, it's Nick Cooper in the 35. And from the Sunshine State of Florida, rolling off 3rd, the 14 is Dylan Hauser.
And your front row for the main event, Zach McSwain, position number 2, and Ryan Underwood for Victory Lane Racing. He will start on pole for your 40 laps. It's time to go green, as Ryan Underwood will lead the field down into turn number 1 and 2. They're 2 and 3 wide already. Wilson and Cooper race side by side. That's the 80 and the 30 behind Dylan Hauser and Zach McSwain, but down into 3 and 4. Lap number 1 is going to belong to the 46 of Ryan Underwood.
Underwood on out front, you know he's going to try to run and hide on this one, but you know for 40 laps, now 39 left, you've got to take care of tires, you got to take care of fuel, you got to take care of cars. Down into turn number 3, watch this. Right ahead of Majulis is that battle with the 3-wide machine. That is Nick Cooper. Cooper working that 35 car back into the number 4 spot. 4th and 5th up for grab. Here comes Dylan Wilson down on the bottom side. Wilson and now Blake Majulis. Don't count out that 127 at the end of this one as they throttle down the front straightaway. Battle on for the lead. Here comes McSwain. McSwain to the outside.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Zach McSwain had it at the start-finish line, and now he's got it well clear as here comes Hauser working the top shelf on the racetrack. Cooper 3/4 of the way up, trying to keep the right rear in somewhat a bit of a moisture line through turn number 3 and 4. Top, bottom, and middle, all happening. Even the slider line coming into effect. Underwood now back to 3rd, and here comes Dylan Hauser challenging for the race lead with a slide job.
Hauser's going to White Castle that thing up. Drive-throughs open. A case of and he is served on up as he goes to the race lead. Now back to the inside comes the 25 machine of McSwain. He slid it across the snoot that time. Crossover move by the 14 machine of Hauser, which is the 90 car. The 90 of Hauser out front, your race leader. Top four starting to break away. Blake Mcgill is keeping them in his sights as he takes that 127 down to the inside. He'll work on Ryan Underwood. Now going to work on McSwain down into turn number 3 and 4.
Now great racing as Underwood goes to the bottom into turn number 3 and 4, trying to get by Zach McSwain. And what about Dylan Hauser? What a way for him in his return to the pro late models, the Warrior Logistics. He's been, I think this is his second week back, and already picked up exactly where he left off before he took a break. Top 5 all on the top side of the racetrack. Now Mcgill is to the inside of his teammate, but it's going to be shutting the door down through turn number 1 and 2. Cooper makes a mistake, and now here comes Mcgill. It says we are yellow.
Yellow flag on the racetrack just as Majulis was going to be able to capitalize on things. We take a look at the UDTV replay, and things deep in the field got a little quagmired up and hang on, here we go. Loudy back there watching things go awry ahead of him, and then, well, feels things go awry down the back straightaway. Comes to a stop right in front of them. Good-looking gals there on the back straightaway. Did you see them out there, Wheeler? They're getting ready to come across the love tunnel.
Yeah, no, I don't watch them. I'm not.
You don't watch them?
I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed.
You're not allowed to watch. No, I mean, just because you ain't hungry don't mean you can't look at the menu.
My eyes do not allow me to look that far. There's only one person for me, and I say that because I just never know when she's watching.
Exactly. No, if you've never been to Eldora. Right there in turn number 3, there's the Tunnel of Love, which comes across, and there's a lot of history with that tunnel, but it's the Tunnel of Love, the Love Tunnel. Everybody kind of walks from the outside to the inside, and that's one of the many unique historic things about the Eldora Speedway that Earl Baltus built over years before he sold that to some guy named Smoke.
Yeah, no, never heard of him, mate.
Yeah, never heard of him. They said he was a good sprint car racer back in the day.
All right, green flag set to fly this time by. Lights go out. Dylan Hauser in Canada, only been scored as the 14 on the left-hand side of the ticker there, just next to his name. But again, it might be confusing to some people because you see cars. And again, Ryan Underwood, I'll use another example. He's got the 46 on the side of that race car. He's got 49 on the ticket. Now, what that does is iRacing only allows one number. No prefixes. No, you're not allowed to put A or something like that next to the name. So, you're only allowed one number per server. Look at them, 3 wide. Majulis, Wilson, and Cooper. And then it's the teammates of C. And Devin Morgan worked to the low side as again we go 2 and 3 deep down into turn number 3 and 4. It is certainly on, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Eldora Speedway. 10 down and 30 to run.
They'll work it back there, span it out 4 wide off a 2 and down the back straightaway. Blake Majulis coming to the inside. He has got Wilson and Cooper. Look at this. You have got a dogfight back there for 5th on back. Majulis going to hang on. He stays down to the bottom of the racetrack. You see the rest of them fanning out. Now Majulis comes to the top. Crossover move by the 35 machine of Nick Cooper. Cooper's going to come back to the inside. They'll race down into turn number 3 and 4. Majulis going to hold his own on the outside. They thunder down the front straightaway, almost 5 wide.
Man, oh man, and the 6 cars that are battling with each other right there. You've got 3 D1RT cars, 3 VLR cars. Back up towards the top 3. Hauser continues to lead McSwain and Ryan Underwood in 3rd position. Mcgill is 4th. Cooper just getting past there by Evan C in the 35 machine, and now Evan C and Blake Mcgill, you'd swear they're stuck together, these two, every time they hit the racetrack.
They'll work them on there. You see the racetrack starting to go topside dominant, but you know that bottom side is there. You can see the moisture there. You see these guys running down there. Majulis there will follow the tire tracks right there. Blake Majulis in the 127 in the number 4 spot. Right behind him sits Evan C in the 35, which is the 33 to the 35 now on the card as they work him on down the front straightaway. Still Hauser, McSwain, now Blake Majulis scored that time into the number 3 spot. He's going to slide it on up. Underwood back to the inside. Crossover moves are 3 wide. Oh, doctor, they come together. Working down into turn number 3 and 4. Look at this slide job coming. The 35. Man, that was textbook move out of that 35 machine as they get together, getting down into turn number 1 and 2. Mcgill back to the inside comes the 35 or the 33 of Evan C. back on the inside.
Oh man, if you don't like this racing, go to the hospital, get your poles checked. Evan C. Blake Mcgill putting on an absolute clinic as Ryan Underwood just slips back to position number 5. Mcgill with a slide job, and see it again. Every time we see these two drivers hit the racetrack, you know they're going to be near the front of the field, and that's exactly where they are right now. Yellow flag is out second time tonight. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. The Newton Cattle Farms number 23 entry of Ethan Toda. Looks like maybe a helping hand by Huey Quillen. He does. Quillen just gets into the back of him. Ethan Toda done very well then to pull that up, but I think part of the iRacing flagman has opted to say, you know what, boys, let's just pause for a moment. Let's call the yellow and let's get you guys re-racked and restacked and ready to go. But Dylan Hauser out in front at the moment. Again, he just looks so smooth right on the top side. McSwain doing a great job. But you got to go back to this battle, third and fourth. Evan C., Blake Mcgill. I mean, yeah, you could throw in Ryan Underwood there as well, but man, what a way for these drivers to finish off the night here with the World of Thunder Esports League.
It has been a whale of a show so far. This feature has been top to bottom, front to back. You've got competition. Man, the sliders are coming. But like we said, everybody kind of working that top lane. They've got a little bit of got single file there for a handful of laps, but you saw Mcgill, you saw Evan C. They all started pulling on a line because at the end of the day, Wheeler, you can't pass them if you follow them.
Exactly right. Lap number 18 is in the books. 22 seconds to go, so just a couple of laps away from reaching the half race distance here. The Warrior Logistics Pro Late Models here from the Eldora Speedway, the virtual Eldora Speedway, round number 5 for the World of Thunder Esports League. Brett Wheeler, Joey Vansigle in the booth with you. We get set for a restart at MC. Got a good launch down into turn number 1 and 2. McSwain again to the top side. Mcgill follows and look at Ryan Underwood now. He's gathered it back up and now looking for a top 3 once again. But I've got to say, here comes Evan C. with a slide job of McSwain. He leaves him aligned up on the top shelf. 3 wide up for turn number 4.
Down the front straightaway, it is going to be on like Donkey Kong for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, it's back to 12. Look out, it's anybody's race. McSwain right there to the number 2 spot. He has got Evan C. coming down to the inside now. He'll cross it on over. Let her slide to the top. He'll grab what little bit of cushion is left on the concrete. He had to back her out as here comes that 25 again of Zach McSwain. McSwain back to the number 2 spot. Here comes Evan C. back on the inside. Blake Mcgill back into the number 4 spot. It is throwing haymakers top to bottom, creek to creek. This is your battle for the number 2 spot.
Now past the half race distance already in the Warrior Logistics Pro Late Models main event here from the virtual Eldora Speedway. McSwain now on the verge of falling outside the top 3 because Blake Mcgill and Evan C. they both rounded him up fairly quickly down into 3 and 4. But McSwain comes back. He throws his own little punch at the start-finish line. He will reclaim third position. Now goes to the low side, giving the top side up to Blake Mcgill. Will he shut the door? No. McSwain just comes up behind Blake Mcgill. So now Ryan Underwood. Man, you couldn't even fit a piece of string between him in turns 3 and 4.
I tell you what, if you're going to make something happen, you're going to have to get Western on them, boys, as they hustle down the back straightaway. The 46 machine, right there, Ryan Underwood. Underwood there working the 25 of Zach McSwain. McSwain there follows the 127 of Blake Mcgill. Mcgill now seeing the front 2 cars start to string away from him as they hurry down the back straightaway, working lap number 25, this time down into turn 3 and 4.
25 in the books and 15 remaining as Evan C. catches the cushion down through turn number 3 and 4. He may have lost a little bit of ground there to Dylan Hauser, and that allowed the 127 of Mcgill to close in. Meanwhile, battle on for 4th and 5th as Underwood. He tried the inside of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2, realising that it wasn't anywhere near as fast as what the top side of the racetrack is. So no change to the top 5, and we are yellow.
Caution on the racetrack. Yellow flag coming out here as we were getting ready to work lap number 27. Taking a look here at the highlight reel. Ethan Peter working back there again in that 23 machine. Ooh. You wonder if something stewed that or just the the slide job was not going to work, and there was no turning back as he was committed to making that move. And tough break for the 23 car.
Yeah, we'll leave that one alone. We'll let race control deal with that one again. We're not sure
there was
anything had transpired
hey,
before
I'm going to tell you what, there was more contact in that pass than I had on prom night my senior year, Wheeler. I will tell you that.
So now it all comes together, and when the last time. No, I won't go there with you on that one. We'll save that conversation off air.
Just to let you know, I went to prom by myself on the senior year too, by the way.
Like I said, yeah, we'll leave my response to an off-air conversation. It's probably safe for all parties involved.
Oh, yes. Here we go. It's still going to be Dylan Hauser. He has led this thing from the drop of the green. Evan C. working there to the number 2 spot. And like I said, Brett, you're going to have to watch this. You got to get to the top quick. Top is the dominant lane, but we've been watching some of these guys back there working in 3rd and 4th. You got to make sure you get there and you stay there and you hit that mark, because if not, it will upset that race car.
Absolutely, can bite you as well, because the drivers know how to get around this half a mile of a racetrack. Green flag is back out. Good restart there for Dylan Hauser. Immediately goes straight to the top side. Blake Mcgill is now stuck on the bottom side of the racetrack. Can he get up to the top? But he's got an opportunity right now as McSwain peeks back to the outside, but you race down into turn number 3. Evan C. Looking up on the left hand side of the number 90 machine of Dylan Hauser. That time by with 13 laps remaining is now McSwain trying the bottom side into turn number 1 and 2, but around goes the 127 of Blake Mcgill. Evan C. About a car length between himself and Dylan Hauser. Yellow is out. Oh boy.
Caution back out on the racetrack. Things starting to heat up for the race lead. Taking a look at our latest caution here as things got, it got a little bit of derailed behind our race leader. There you see Ryan Underwood as the 12 car got a little crossed up. He had nowhere to go. And then that thing was, it was elbows over appetite and spinning and working it down there. Kind of like that time you rode the tilt-a-whirl at the county fair. We'll see it as he slides on up. He's committed there. Contact from behind on the 12 from Wilson. No intention on that as the racetrack narrowed up. And then, as they were still pinballing, tough break for the 46 of Ryan Underwood, the old Team VLR machine.
Yeah, that sucks for all parties involved, because you take a look at what these drivers were able to do during the opening, 26, 27 laps of this main event. Mistake from Devin Morgan. And then obviously got hit from behind there by Dylan Wilson. Just looked like a tough racing deal. And as I said, you can't really make a mistake here at Eldora, especially being so topside dominant, because you make that one little mistake, you give very, very little time for the drivers behind you to react to something that can happen in a split second.
Exactly. They are on top of each other, Brett. And it's chain reaction. These wrecks we've seen here in the feature, just chain reaction wrecks. You almost have to be watching about 4 cars out ahead of you to see what's going to happen by the time it gets to you. And we'll see who can do that. We'll see what can transpire here in our closing laps as we've got 12 to go. It's still going to be Dylan Hauser out front in that 90 car. Now look at Blake Mcgill. He's going to start to roll the dice. He will gamble on the bottom side. Can he make something happen? He'll work that 127 down to the inside of the 33 of Evan C. C to the top of the racetrack. They're still side by side down the front straightaway. 3 wide in behind them.
When does Evan C. pull the trigger and going for the slide down and attempt to take the race lead? We'll certainly find out in the number 35 machine. He hopes to go back and follow the 90 down into turn number 3 and 4. Dylan Hauser continues to lead the race, and no doubt Hauser would love to come back to the virtual Eldora Speedway and put that machine in victory lane. Top 4 as we go into turn number 1 and 2. 10 to go on the just then.
Working him on in, like you said, here comes the move. Slide job, White Castle served off on turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Crossover move. Hauser in C. Did C maybe show the 8s in the hole too many or too quick? We'll see what he's holding. You got to kind of gamble on this deal. You got to know when to hold him, know when to fold him. Did he go too early? We'll watch him into turn number 3 and 4. It'll be Dylan Hauser still back out front. The 35 of C. Majulis back to 3rd. Now Majulis is going to watch this race for the lead, because he knows he knows the slider's coming. He's got to see what happens as they go back to the inside. Here it comes. Cross the snoot. Crossover once again by Hauser.
Yeah, very well read there by Dylan Hauser in car number 90 again. Evan C. trying to throw his rhythm out of whack and just try and get in the head of Dylan Hauser. But Hauser, he knows how to get around in a late model, and that's the reason why he's the race leader. 34 laps is in the book, and maybe it's time for Evan C to maybe throw a slider into turn number 1 and 2, although it's a lot easier to throw it in turns 3 and 4 because you can actually get a lot more entry speed on the inside of the racetrack. This time by Jerry, we are 5 circuits away from finding out who is going to Eldora victory lane.
A handful of laps left in this one. Is it still Hauser? C. Mcgill is 1, 2, and 3. Down the back straightaway, we will see how they size them up. You know they're hungry. They want that 90 car. Down into turn number 3 and 4. This time by there'll be 4 laps to go. It is still Hauser, C, Mcgill. Now C with a big move. He tried it, sized him up. Nothing to be had that time, Brett. We got to watch it because I think if you're going to throw the slide job and you're going to make it work, it's got to be in turn 1.
Yeah, and funny enough, these two guys have certainly had a long history together, racing against each other. And again, we'll see. Let's hopefully that obviously won't come into it. I don't think it'll come into it. But man, you know these guys are really racing hard for positions. This time by Hauser taps the wall with the right rear quarter panel. Jerry the Popsicle sticks around 2 to run for your race leader, Dylan Hauser.
2 to go, and you can't let Evan C get in your head, Dylan Hauser, because you've led this thing from the drop of the green. Don't give it away now. They'll work it on down into turn number 1, 3, and 4. Round the outside. Couple trailer park girls coming on down to the white flag. There's 1 to go. Here it is. It's time to win it or wear it. The 35 machine. Hauser, there's the slide. There it is. They'll get together down the back straightaway. It'll be a 2-car battle. Here comes Mcgill down there. They'll go 3 wide into turn number 3 and 4. Hauser back with the slider. Crossover move. Wow. What a finish. Evan C with the win on the final 100 yards. Hauser back to second. Mcgill and Morgan. Holy cow. I told you, Wheeler, you had to do it in turn 1 and 2.
Oh, could you pick a better way to finish the Warrior Logistics Pro late models with a last corner pass from Evan C. And I gotta say, if I'm Dylan Hauser, I mean, I'd be disappointed, but at the same stage, man, what a hell of a race he put on with Evan C. and even Blake Mcgill. I mean, he was right there at the end. They were 3 wide coming to the start-finish line. Let's take a look at your finishing grid, your finishing results here. Evan C. by 96 1,000ths of a second, the winner over Dylan Hauser, and Blake Mcgill in third. And 0.167, Jerry. Less than 0.2 of a second separate your top 3. We've seen how close it was during the heat races, and that just goes to show you right now, these top 3 drivers, man, they put on a clinic.
Oh, you watch that. Maybe we get a replay of that last lap. I want to watch that thing again because you knew C was going to do it. He had been timing, he had been prepping himself, and you knew that Hauser was going to know it was coming, and you've got to protect that slider, and he just was not able to do it. As with 2 to go, that is when things started getting sized up, and it was C just masterfully working this, and then we come 3 wide right here. You see it. Hauser's got the run as he sees it right there. It breaks traction a little bit, and look at the precise driving out of Evan C. Able to turn that car down, get that machine right through the slick down there off of turn number 4. Mcgill able to not get anything, and look at the margin of victory from first to third right there. What a feature finish. Wow, that was amazing.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's go straight down to the driver that gets the job done here outside in Victory Lane. For Victory Lane Racing, driving car number 35, it is Evan C. And Evan, man, you really have to wait until the last lap there to make a move there on Dylan Hauser. But nonetheless, buddy, you got the job done, and you put this 35 back into Victory Lane where it belongs.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely a fun race there between me, him and Mcgill there. And, it was just trying to wait on the right, lap to make that move. And, I knew if I didn't do anything to break his momentum, he can just cut down on me. And like he got a little bit tight coming off at 4 there, and that allowed me to get a pretty good run going in the 1. And I thought he was going to cut down on me, and he just kind of stayed behind me there. And I think that broke his momentum just enough to where I could cut down coming off at 4 there, and just beat him to the line. But I mean, that was definitely a fun race. I didn't think it'd be that racy, but I mean, it's definitely pretty fun when you can throw sliders back and forth like that.
Well, on a racetrack that is, predominantly been, top side dominant, coming into the night, starting position number 7, you had your work cut out for you. You get a second place in heat number 1. Did you think that, if you were there towards the end of the race that, you'd certainly have an opportunity?
Yeah, I knew we'd have a pretty good setup for the race. Just a matter of keeping it out of the wall and not getting caught up in the wreck, and just getting lucky on the restarts, being able to get up to the top. And that's where I felt the best at. Being able to cut down off the wall, and we was able to get pretty lucky there on a couple of restarts and just work our way up to the front. And I wish we could have qualified better, because I felt like we could have, if we were to start on pole, we could have really controlled that race. But I mean, it was still fast, and I think it showed. We was able to drive up through the field in there and put on a good show at the end there of Hauser.
Yeah, you guys, not only yourself, but Dylan Hauser and Blake Mcgill there as well. Wesley sort of mentioned about the battle between you and Blake. Always been there at the end. Exactly the same thing happened here tonight in the Pro Late Models. Before we let you get to celebrating in this 35 machine, Evan, who do you got to thank that makes it all possible for you?
Yeah, so I got to thank all the guys at Team VLR, FTP, Jeffrey Iris, Knife Flag, Kevin Dedman, his band Dirty Grass Soul, Jim Emery, Next Level Designs for Awesome Paints, Captain Morgan, McConaughey Setups for dirt setups. I'm partnered with them now, so if you're looking for dirt setups, help you get started, or setup guide, go check them out. So everybody else that helps out, and just thank you for doing the broadcast, and Stephen for putting on the series.
All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Evan C., your winner here tonight. Jerry, I believe you caught up with our second place finisher of Dylan Hauser.
You want to talk about a heartbreak, Dylan? We'd watch you lead that thing all but that last 100 yards. Walk us through that. We'd alluded to that if the move was coming, it was coming down in turn 1 and 2.
I just was looking for my left field slide to me and just got up in the wall a little bit, and it tight, but it was a good race. Setup was good. I've only been back for 6 days, 5 days now, 4 days, something like that. So to come out and be this competitive right out of the gate again is good. I've been working hard for 2.5 months while I've been away. So to jump back in the competition and be this fast is good. Been turning a lot of laps the last couple, and we're going to get better from here. We just got to keep getting it.
And that's the thing, like we talked about, you had to protect that slider. You knew that was the only way it was going to get. And like you said, that with the way the racetrack was here today, it was just, you had that razor's edge right there to the top. And if you missed it, you were in trouble. If you hit it, you were a hero. But you said you've been away for a couple months. What have you been doing?
Nothing, just living life and just chilling. But I made one mistake and it cost us the win there. But I wish they let me in the Super League, because I feel like we could give Blake and Evan a run for the money in there. But they just, I don't know. It seems like those two are winning everything, and they're only two good guys anymore. So I like to be able to run supers and see if I can get. I know I can get in there and run with them. It's just imagine getting in there.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that you showed the ability and the talent behind the wheel tonight in that 90 car, as you were able to hold them at bay for 49 3/4 laps until right there at the end. But takes a lot of folks. I know you got some friends and family you want to thank for the runner-up or the bridesmaid spot tonight. Who do you want to who helps you out?
Yeah, everybody D12 for spinning laps with me since I've been back home. Just getting back up to speed. It's not easy to come here and run with these boys. They're all good. I mean, these guys, they work hard. So I got to thank all those guys spent last with me. Michael Lefevers for the paint. Vernon Lefevers paint scheme. That's awesome. Just all his sponsors on that thing. And Slicker Racing Graphics, Midwest Paint. Steven, you guys are putting the league on. And we'll be back. It's on in the beginning. And we're here to take over, not take part. So let's get it.
All right. I tell you what, ton of confidence behind the wheel of the 90, and it showed tonight. So Congratulations, runner-up spot there of Dylan Hauser. And did you find Mcgill down there by the old taco stand?
Yeah. I actually went to go find Tia because I heard that Blake left his grapefruit in her purse. But Blake, you come home third place tonight. Still a good result for you. I know you would have liked to be right, right at the top of the finishing order there. But I mean, 0.167 of a second in third place. Man, that was a tight, close battle.
Oh yeah, you got three of the best there. It was a good race for sure. I wish I was able to start up a little further than I did. Seventh, frankly, when you get here, it just goes right on the top, and I rolled bottom a couple times, and I was able to get up to fourth or fifth there, and I had to ride, and finally got into third, and I was just being patient. You know, we all three of us were kind of like the same speed, so it was hard to do anything, and Evan got by me, and that put him on the outside starting second to get a good run on Hauser there, and he was kind of in the best spot being in second for anyone to do anything. And I was going to throw a big slider into three there, but Hauser was in the middle, and I didn't want to get into him, so kind of just had to settle for third tonight. It's kind of a bummer, but it was definitely a good race for the track we had.
Yeah, it is what it is. But let's just go back to those last couple of restarts there. You restart in third. How difficult is it to try and get to the top side, especially as you said, and we sort of alluded to it, during the race that this racetrack can get topside dominant, but it looked to be pretty racy with the guys working the middle and working the bottom. But how tough is it to get from the bottom to the top, on those restarts?
Well, I'm not going to say it wasn't racy because I think for like mid-pack and on, it was probably really good to race all the way around the racetrack. But once you get to like the top three, the momentum is just so built, and the guys, the faster guys, I should say. I don't want to like be rude or anything, but it usually goes topside. Momentum is just so much faster than the middle, so you kind of always just want to fight to get up there. And on the restarts, it's the hardest thing to do, especially because you don't want to dirty slide someone and put them in the wall and just cause conflict. So frankly, I got lucky, and McSwain lifted for me to get up there, which I was grateful for. So I was just happy to be third in that race. Coming from seventh, it was pretty tough, not gonna lie.
Talk us through those last couple of laps. You see Evan C throw a slider, try and sort of break up the rhythm and the momentum of Dylan Hauser. What was going through your mind at that stage, with a couple of going, especially coming to the checkers?
Yeah, I was ready for it. I had it all planned out, honestly. I was just going to back my entry into one and hit all that moisture down the backstretch and slide them both into three. But Hauser was there, and I didn't want to kill him, like I said, so it was just kind of settle for third there, or hope that he got into Evan and they got in the wall, and then I'd be the winner. But that was kind of a long stretch, so third it was tonight. That's all I had.
All right, buddy. Well, look, congratulations on another podium here tonight at the Eldora Speedway. You won the Super Late Models and come home third place here tonight in the Pro Late Models for Warrior Logistics. Before we let you go, of course, Blake, sponsors on this race car, people behind the scenes, tickets are done for you, buddy.
Just D1RT Race and everybody over there. We've been having some good runs, making the podium in all three races. That's, for myself, that's awesome. So hopefully we keep these runs going for points. Sim Seats, Matt Logan at ML Performance, Folds Graphics, Ultimate Dirt TV. Everyone that's watching, go give it a like, please. Steve at World of Thunder for everything he does. Appreciate him very much too for his support and everything he does every Sunday. It's a lot of work, so thanks to him and you guys once again, and everybody that watched. Thank you.
There we go. I think it's safe to say, T, you've got your work cut out for you in your next interview. Blake, congratulations on third place. And Jerry, wow, what a way to finish off the World of Thunder Esports League here with the Warrior Logistics Pro Late Models. Your first time and your first look at the World of Thunder Esports League, and I think it's safe to say that I think it's pretty safe to say that we hope that we get you back here over the next coming weeks.
Oh, I would imagine that was a whale of a program, whale of a show. Hats off to all the drivers. Like we said, had hit 60 of them in the lobby. I think 57 of them took to the racetrack to qualify for tonight's A main. And as they always say, the cream rises to the top, and today it did. Evan C. Wow, what can you say about that last lap? He was money in the bank.
Yeah, certainly was, and that makes it 5 winners in 5 weeks of the season. Now, I think it's safe to say that you cannot get more competitive than that. No, I think we've only I think we had about 4 or 5 different winners in the UMP Modifying Series as well, or the Super Late Models, even the UMP Modifying. So we're certainly seeing a good variety of winners across all 4 divisions here with the World of Thunder Esports League. But again, Jerry, thank you very much for spending part of your Sunday night with us here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We certainly look forward to having you back in the booth over the next week or 2.
We'll be back. Just give the call. I'll be more than happy to do that. As long as Jimmy lets me in. As long as security guard Jimmy lets me in, I'm in.
Yeah, tell you what, I'll make it my personal obligation to make sure that he lets you in. I'll find a way to get you. I don't care if I got to sneak you in under the wheelchair. I'll make sure. Look, you know what? You're my carer. That's how you're getting in. You're my carer, buddy. But we'll definitely get you in.
We'll do it. Well, thank you for having me on, and it was a great show.
That it was. A big thanks to, of course, World of Thunder Esports League for their support here on Ultimate Dirt TV and putting on these 4 shows every Sunday night. Envision Custom Graphics as well for their support with the World of Thunder Esports League. And, of course, Rocket Racing Setups as well for their support here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Big thanks to, of course, Mimi's Making Some Motions, DirtFan.com, Grace Productions, and Warrior Logistics. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, the management behind the scenes, and on behalf of Jerry Vantigal and myself, Brett Wheeler, we sign off saying good night. We'll see you next time.